Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for January 16th. It's Thursday today. Let me get myself situated here, right? How's everyone doing? And how's it going? Actually, you know what? Let me turn this light off. I'll be right back, you guys. I think I'll have this. Okay, all right. Now it's looking normal. We got that overhead light off. That was a bit harsh. How's everybody doing today? This is a gloomy day here in Philadelphia. We got gray skies, as you can tell probably from the background. We don't have much light going on here. ISO on the cameras, I bumped all the way up because no light. I like natural light during the live show. It gets me away from all the artificial light of doing the videos. So this is great. Welcome everybody, and thanks for joining me. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the members who are here as well. Let's go ahead and get some shout outs going here. Get the air horns going now that we got the intro music out of the way. We got CJ today. How's it doing, CJ? Good morning. We got my brother in the building as well. Good morning, Mr. Goodman. We got eInk Unplugged. I'm glad you're here, eInk Unplugged. Let's give the shout out to eInk Unplugged. eInk Unplugged, I'm throwing your video up today. Your video is going in the show today. I liked your video. I liked it a lot. One of the rare Note Max videos I like. So eInk Unplugged, we checking yours out today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about non-eInk stuff today. We're going to get that So what I'm going to try to do is get the non-eInk stuff that I want to talk about out of the way off the top. So it gives the chat a chance to build a little bit. Let the show start. Let the chat build. Then we jump into the eInk. So I'm going to get some like normal tech stuff out of the way first and foremost. So we're going to jump into that today. So we're going to try something a little bit different today. I'm also going to try to mark down timestamps today. I know I say that, but today we're going to actually try to do it. Actually, let's go ahead and throw the chat in there too. I can't believe I didn't throw the chat in there. Let's do that. So yeah, we're going to try to time mark the show today so I can throw timestamps in the show right after it's done. So anybody seeing the replay can just jump to different parts and different sections. I think the video would do better that way. And I think it would be a service to people that are trying to view the live after the fact, because we have quite a few of those people doing that. Let's get back to the members shout outs here. We got Greg, aka Gregory, in the chat. How's it going, Greg? Good to see you here. Good morning. Who else we got? We got The Rock in the building. What's going on, The Rock? Good to have you. I'm glad you're here. We got Aaron, aka Mr. Media, in the building. Thank you. I appreciate you joining us. And we got Dr. Lane, as always. Dr. Lane, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you being here. Those are all the visual people we have in here. Let's go ahead and get to some chat right off the top so we don't miss a lot. I miss a lot. So let's go ahead and get to some chat right now. The Rock says, I think I just sold my boss on the benefits of eInk. I just have to make him a template for interviews. That's great. That's in line with a project that I'm thinking about starting. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. What I want to do is sponsor one of the high school students here in Philly. Sponsor a student with an eInk device, right? Have them use it for a quarter or something like that of the school year. Check in with them, have them take notes, have them write their thoughts and experience. You know, a really good student, a student who can handle the switch, right? I'm thinking about doing something like that and just making a video on it and just documenting their thoughts on how they felt about using it as a textbook and using it as a notebook, all in one. I don't know what device I want to go that route with yet. Maybe I can throw that up as a poll to the members to check the temperature, see what everyone thinks would be a good device to handle all that a high school student would have to do. But that's a very good idea. More ways. And also, Brian, I watched the video. Thank you, Brian. Brian, I got this idea from Brian. So thank you, Brian, off the top. Brian gave me the idea. Air horns to Brian. I haven't seen Brian in the chat, but he's in the comments all the time and he watches the replays. And he did a video. I don't know what I want to call it a video. He just kind of did a demonstration of what he thought would be really good a use case for students with eInk. And I thought, you know, wow, that was a really good idea he had to put that video. And I thought I wouldn't mind doing something like that myself, and just doing it and taking it a step further and doing something really official to where I'm getting someone's actual take who's never used eInk before, seeing how they feel about the note taking, seeing how they feel about the PDF viewing. Like I said, textbooks and notebooks is kind of what I think the draw would be. Let's finish out the chat here before we get started on the stories. We got The Rock says chat disabled on the live feed. Okay, yeah, I think we're good now. My bad on that. Thank you for pointing that out. I saw that. I'm like, something looks weird, and it was the chat. I watched it last night. Great video, eInk. Yeah, definitely. That was a really good video. I liked it. So we're gonna check that out. Watched it too. Nice unboxing and first impressions. eInk Unplugged for sure. Definitely a good video. If you haven't seen eInk Unplugged's unboxing of the Note Max, definitely check it out. It's a really good look. He gives really good commentary on it. Yeah, I thought it was good. The Rock says, Rod, that's great. Win-win. They get a great note-taking device, and you get feedback on real-life use for students. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I'm thinking it would be such a great video for us as the eInk community to see someone's genuine, actual feedback on eInk in those situations and those use cases. And who knows, they may come up with a use case that we haven't thought of yet because they're using or looking at it through fresh eyes. But regardless, that's something I'm planning, and hopefully I can get me an in with the. I have a couple ends with the Philadelphia school system here. I have a couple people who work for the Philadelphia school system, and maybe I can. And one of them is an administrator. So, that's what kind of gave me the idea. I'm like, I have connections with the Philadelphia school system. One's an administrator, and they could say, okay, well, this kid's doing really well. They could handle a switch in their routine and still, do well because they're doing so well. That would be great. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the stories that we have up here. So the first thing I want to talk about, I brought this story up not too long ago. To lukewarm reception. No one cared. Abbott Elementary. Dude. Who is that? Dr. Ling? Dr. Ling. I love that show. I love that show before I even knew that it was filmed in Philadelphia. I wasn't even living in Philadelphia at the time when that show started, and I saw it and was like, oh, I love this. This is awesome. It's crazy. I love crazy, off-the-wall kind of stuff. Abbott Elementary is definitely a crazy off-the-wall show, and it's about a school in Philadelphia that's so crazy. I may go there. But I just don't think an elementary kid could handle eInk, and what would they even do? Yeah, right? I'm thinking high school would be my market. But, man, if Abbott was a high school, that would be so clutch. That would be so clutch. If you guys haven't seen Abbott Elementary, check it out. I think it's on Hulu. Anyway, first thing we got up here. Happy Fig Newton Day. Happy Fig Newton Day, and just a comment on Fig Newtons. Today is a National Fig Newton holiday. Now, I'm not against figs. I'm not against Newtons. I love both of those things. I like figs and I like Newtons. Separately, though, when you combine the fig with the Newton, now we got something that's disgusting. we got something that's just nasty. It's disgusting and nasty. Brian. Oh, Brian is here. Good to see you, Brian. He's just quiet sometimes. I thank you for joining us, Brian. I appreciate you. Give the air horns to Brian, especially for that idea. I saw that video. I'm like, that is a great idea to expand on. He just made a quick short video talking about the advantages, and I was like, that's cool. And I was hoping, I'm thinking when I saw the video, I'm like, I'm like ready to go get my popcorn. I was ready to pack a lunch. I was ready to pack a lunch for this video, but it was 2-3 minute video. I thought that's a great idea. I want to expound on it. I want to make a longer video, getting some people's opinions on it. So thank you for the idea, Brian. I appreciate that. Oh yeah. Where are we? I'm supposed to be keeping track of the time here. Where are we at in the time? Oh, I can't even see the time. Can I? Oh, there we go. Now I can see the time. We're at 14:30 something. All right, so I'm gonna take time to write times down, you guys, so I don't have to do this later. All right, so yeah. Anyway, getting back to the Fig Newtons. So I like Fig Newtons. I like figs and Newtons separately, but when you combine the fig with the Newton, now you have something that's not all that good. I'm sorry to the people who like Fig Newtons out there. When I was a kid, I love figs to the point to where when I was a kid growing up in Louisiana, figs just grew on the trees down the street from me. They would just fall, and we would just go grab them off the ground and eat them. They had peels on them, so you could peel them and eat them. So when they fell on the ground, they weren't dirty necessarily. Even if they were dirty, we still would have eaten them. So it doesn't even matter. The point of the story is I would eat dirty figs off the ground. I would eat a dirty fig off the ground. But you know what I don't like? I wouldn't eat a clean Fig Newton. I wouldn't. So happy Fig Newton Day to all those Fig Newton lovers out there. I'm not with you. I guess that was the point of all of this. Thank you. 1413 Fig Newton rant. I appreciate that. Let me write that down. Thank you. Thank you, Greg, aka Gregory. I appreciate that. So, but yeah, so I'm not with you guys on the Fig Newtons, but happy Fig Newton Day. If you like Fig Newtons, go get you some Fig Newtons. Have fun. Have a blast. There's all the more for you there because I will not be joining you. National Nothing Day. No, when I heard that it was National Nothing Day, I thought of the Nothing devices, the Nothing phone, the Nothing headphones. I don't know if they make glasses. That would be awesome. The Nothing glasses. That would be great. So it's Nothing Day. So if you feel like doing nothing today, I'm with you. Except for if you don't want to watch the stream. Watch the stream, then do nothing. That's the progression. That's the progression for the day there. Stream, nothing. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. I have here that we're going to talk about this more, but GraFX Tech is doing a stream after mine. We got to end the stream at 12 sharp. We got a hard out today, everybody. So I guess the progression would be in that case, watch the stream, watch the second stream, then do nothing. And you could probably do nothing while you're watching the stream. That's probably an option for you. So, well, that's the thing. International Hot and Spicy Day. That can mean a lot of things. We won't even go there, but that can mean so many things. So we won't touch that one, especially since it's international. That can mean a whole lot of things. So we're going to leave that alone. But happy Hot and Spicy Day to you out there who are hot and spicy. Now we're going to get to some promos. All right. Promos come with graphics, though. This is good stuff. Do we have any? We do. We got a shirt graphic. If you're thinking about supporting the show, there's a few ways to do that. Here is one. I just noticed something about this that was brought to my attention by Ed. Shout out to Ed from Organizers Change. Go subscribe today. Ed brought up the fact that there's no black shirt here. I'm like, I have black shirts, Ed. I do. I swear to you. They're on the site. I'm looking at them every day. So they're there. I just need to get a graphic up. When you click on the shirt, I think, let's try this. What happens when you click on the shirt? Oh, there we go. Okay, so you do. All right. So you have to click on the shirt first, and then you see the graphic for the black shirts. And you can like, oh, there. Then you know, oh, there are shirts. There are black shirts here as well, and white shirts. We got black and white and gray. We don't have gray yet. The lettering's gray. It's consistently gray. We're Vikings. I'm sorry, we're Raiders. Vikings were Raiders though, so it's all the same. Anyway, so we got the shirts there. If you feel like supporting the channel, get a t-shirt. That's the ultimate way to support the channel. It's a minimal way to support the channel, but I love it because it's a shirt. You get something physical for it. You can also become a member if you're thinking about supporting the channel. Memberships, 99-cent memberships, you become part of an exclusive group of people who talk eInk all day. That's what we do. And that gets you Discord. You get into the Discord, and then you talk eInk all day and night. We're in there 24/7 doing eInk stuff. So if you are into that kind of thing, consider joining, subscribing to the channel, getting a t-shirt, joining the Discord. It's there for you. What else we got? Oh yeah, nibs. We have pins and nibs on the site for sale as well. So check that out. They're ceramic nibs, custom. Also, I've been trying to think of a way to get feedback for the nibs. Jay told me that the nib that he just recently bought doesn't seat all the way fully in his pin. I don't know exactly what pin he's using. But just speaking about the site and the nibs that you can buy, I'm trying to figure out and get feedback on what pins the nibs don't quite fit well in. They fit well in all of the pins that I have. I only have 4 different types here. So I put them in those and they work well. But clearly I don't have every type. So if you do buy the nib and you come across this issue, we'll refund you. Let me know what pin it is, and then we'll try to work around or figuring out or getting a list together of what pins these nibs don't work in, so I can put it on the site and say, if you have these pins, this nib will not work for you. So feedback is of the utmost importance. So if you did buy a nib, give me some feedback. Like I said, I'm thinking about a way to do this. I think what I'm going to do is get a mailer going, because I do have the contacts for information for everyone who's bought a nib. So I think what I might do is just send out a mailer and send out saying, hey, how's your experience with the pens or the nibs? Are they fitting well? Do they not fit well? What pen do you have? I'm creating a list, and then put that list, like I said, on the site. So that's something I'm doing there. But these are all ways you can show your support for the channel there. And that's an awesome thing there. Let's go to the chat real quick. What Jay says, what did I just walk into here? LOL. You probably walked into a Fig Newton rant. Why we were talking about Fig Newtons, I don't know. It was a tangent. No, we were talking about Fig Newtons because of the international holiday today. It's International Fig Newton Day, but I'll go. It doesn't take much. There's a reason there's 15 people in here. Absolutely. How many do we have now? 17. We're doing good. Let's keep rolling. I tried with the Statler Jumbo and the white Boox landfill trash one. Oh, yes. Oh, the Statler Jumbo and the white Boox landfill trash. Yeah. I did try in the white Boox. It worked for me in the white Boox, but they don't seat 100% well. You're exactly right. Statler Jumbo, they probably have that nib there. We're going to talk about that a little later in the show, Jay. But I think what it is they all have that tip there at the end that kind of protrudes the nibs a little bit. So, but yeah, I'm going to compile a list. We'll talk about how we can handle the situation for people that they're not working with. Like I said, refunds are always available for people who bought them that they're not working for. Just let me know. Let me know through email, or you can contact me through the Discord too, if you remember. But whichever way you do it, let me know, and we'll definitely take care of you. All right. So, what else do we have here? We talked about Discord. We didn't talk about the Reddit. So the Reddit is another way that we're going to have members kind of coalesce and get together. But the Reddit is going to be more about me figuring out a way to get stories on the live. So if you have a story that you're like, oh, I would like to hear Rants About Tech live, or this story about Rants About Tech live on the live show, the subreddit will be a way for you to throw that in there, get it upvoted, get it downvoted. If people care or don't care, it's this like this. So yeah, that's going to be another way that we can kind of interact and get some interaction going and engagement going with the members, the subscribers, and the people who watch the videos and the lives. Because I think the videos and the lives are two separate different things. My live is nothing like my videos, I don't think. Going to the chat, Jay says, I think you're right about the tip of the pen. I want to see if we can make it work, though. Yeah, that's the thing. I can always, and I got some, let's get to I got exciting stuff coming. I got super custom, exciting stuff coming. We talked about it a bit on another live. We talked about it for a little bit. But the thing that Jay's talking about is something that I'm thinking about and have been thinking about, ways to make these things more universal. But in order to do that, I got to make my own thing. That's the exciting part. And when I make my own thing, I'm always trying to be better than something else, than the best that's out. I mean, or if not better than the best that's out, take the weaknesses and make them not weaknesses. I don't even know what the opposite of that word would be. A strength. There we go. Take the weaknesses and make them strengths. There we go. I knew I would get there. Okay. So yeah, that's something that's going to be definitely in the works. All right. What's the timestamp? Where we're at right now? Okay. Oh, we're 24 minutes in. I haven't even started the show yet. Jeez. All right. So anyway, first thing we got up here today is going to be the Switch 2. So the Switch 2 launched, and I'm just like, not launched. I'm sorry. Let me back up. If anybody just heard that and just went off and just like, oh, I got to buy it. I'm sorry. That wasn't correct. It didn't launch. We got guesses in the chat about what the super custom thing could be. Guess pool. My guess, Manta pin loop. That's a no-brainer. That's been twirling around in here for a little bit. Graphics Tech has something cool coming too, I think. So we're gonna have some nice things to choose from here. Aaron says, put the Boox pin in the trash and get a Lamy. Listen, If it was anybody but Jay, I'd say that. Jay's holding on for that Boox pen for a reason. I don't know why. Jay's holding on to that Boox landfill trash. He knows that it's landfill trash. He doesn't care, though. I'm just wondering why. There's got to be a reason Jay doesn't care. That's the only reason I haven't attacked Jay over the landfill trash yet, Aaron. That's the only reason. The Rock says 100% at 2530 Media. My stock Boox pen is pristine. I use it once before switching to my Lamy. There you go. I didn't want to say that to Jay because, like I said, I feel like Jay's holding on to that landfill trash for a reason. Maybe it's because he doesn't want to add to the landfill. Maybe Jay's like, it's full. The landfill is full. There's nothing. If I put this in there, chaos will ensue. It's beyond the tipping point if I do this. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what Jay's thinking. That's the thing that can save the situation right there. That's the thing that can save it. Okay. I still have the Boox pens for experimenting with stuff. Exactly. Good point. Okay, go. You know what? Like I said, I assumed it was a good reason, Jay. That's why I didn't come at you and come for you over it. I assumed there was a good reason, and it was. So I'll act like I didn't say that. We'll move on. So the Switch, Nintendo Switch. Nintendo released information today about the new Switch 2. I talked about this a bit on a show, and no one cared. People were like, why is he talking about gaming? And to be honest with you, I assumed that people that are in my age bracket would care. If not because they're old school Nintendo fans, but maybe because they got kids that are new school Nintendo fans. None of that seemed to be true. So I was left alone. But I feel like this is exciting enough to talk about. It's still about the Switch 2. It's still Nintendo. We're still old school Nintendo fans here. But it's talking about some information that I had coming out of CES about the mock-ups. And I was right about the mock-ups. Nintendo, they had the devices. Nintendo attacked them and made them retract the data or retract what they were saying about it. But they had the device, clearly. Because as we're about to see right now, it's basically the same thing we saw in my footage from CES. Selling my Boox pen with an old Remarkable on eBay. Perfect, Greg. Get rid of it. Get rid of the landfill trash. If you're not throwing it in the recycle bin, just sell it to someone else who can throw it in their recycle bin. Jay says back in a half hour. All right, bro. See you in a bit. All right, so Nintendo. Let's get to it. Let's check out this video they released this morning. Like a couple hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, what happened? Okay, there we go. Whoa. So, I mean, it does look bigger. Is it thicker, though? Is it bigger and thicker? Okay, all right, so, whoa. So firstly, I like the color. It's all black instead of the weird green and all blue. I did not like that. I guess I like color as I'm wearing all black all the time. I do like color. I just think that it should be pops of color. The whole thing shouldn't pop. The color should pop. And they're doing it. It's only the colors popping here. The whole thing isn't popping. I love that. Less popping, the better. So definitely a bigger screen. So, a couple things. I mean, it looks... All right, let's go back here. That right there. Okay, that right there makes me think that you will be able to move this thing like a mouse, which I heard a rumor about. But now seeing this, he said, yes, Greg... I don't think that's orange, Greg. But Greg is a part of the orange crew. Greg is a part of the OGs, the orange gang. A pop of orange. Okay, here we go. Amanda's with the orange too. That's a red. The OGs see orange everywhere. Or is it me? Am I just anti-orange and I'm just like, I don't want it to be orange? Maybe. I don't know. But the way that's moving and sliding along the surface there, I heard a rumor that the controllers will be able to slide around, on surfaces. Oh, whoa. Are we still? What happened here? Let's change this up a little bit. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it'll be able to slide around on surfaces like a mouse. And it looks like that thing is kind of moving around a surface. I like that. I like that a lot. Like I said, I heard a rumor that would be a thing. And the first thing I thought of was first-person shooters. Like if you could sit a screen in front of you and have that mouse there and the keypad, oh my goodness, for like button or the other Joy-Con for like buttons. That would be supreme for first-person shooters. I mean, which is kind of what I play on video game-wise. And it would be good for RTS games, too, like Civilization. Someone said that they were making an MMO, a massively multiplayer online game. That would jive with this. If they were making an MMO, having a controller that could move as a mouse would be awesome for that, because that works really well for MMOs and it also works well for first-person shooters. So if Nintendo is definitely doing both of those things, and they already have a first-person shooter with Splatoon. So if they make an MMO, which I think they are talking about making, that would be cool. Let's go to the chat real quick. Switch 1 just surpassed the lifetime sales of the PlayStation 2, so quite a few game on the Switch. Yeah. And I heard that the Switch games are backwards compatible, or the Switch 2 is backwards compatible with Switch 1 games. So you'll be able to play the same games on both systems. Maybe with some upscaling going on with the new system, with the bigger screen, I would hope and imagine. Duroc says the Lenovo Legion Go does the same detachable controller mouse. How awesome would that be, you know what I mean, for a mainstream system like this? Amanda Wilson says it'd be interesting to see what the spike in sales were for Nintendo during COVID lockdown. Oh my goodness, you can imagine they became billionaires over the lockdown, and because of one game. This one game sold so many systems for Nintendo, and this is a game I'm trying to get even for the Nintendo Wii. Like I love all of these. I love all of the Nintendo games. And these are games that's infinitely replayable. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing sold so many systems for the Wii because of how awesome of a game it is. It was a sleeper. I mean, Animal Crossing is one of those games that's, I mean, it's not something that's exciting. You know what I mean? It's a long game kind of game, but it gained a lot of traction over the COVID lockdown, and Nintendo sold so many Switches due to that. That game was one of the big reasons. I feel like they may be big drive in how it surpassed the PlayStation 2. Yeah, Amanda Wilson. Absolutely. Amanda, that the COVID lockdown, The Switch was the biggest system seller in the COVID lockdown, and I think Animal Crossing was the biggest game for the system during the lockdown. Agree with The Rock. As long as Nintendo can deliver good first-party games like they do, it will sell. And that's why I rock with Nintendo and have been always, like, even as an older generation gamer, is that the first-party games are so good, they don't even need third-party support, but that always helps. That people thought third-party support was going to sink Nintendo back in the Nintendo 64 days. They were like, third-party developers aren't on board. It's not going to do well. It did extremely well because their first-party games are always really good. I think there will be a new Super Smash. Absolutely, Vlad. There will definitely be a new Super Smash. Definitely and absolutely. Also, Aaron says, I think they lay Pokemon. Pokemon will be here for sure. True story. I lost 900 pounds during lockdown with Animal Crossing and a stationary bike. Wow. Yeah. Half hour of island chores. Why not do it on a bike? Wow. Wow, The Rock. That's crazy. And that's one of the things. Like, I think a lot of people felt that way over the... Let's get to a better background here. I think a lot of people felt that way about the... There we go. I think a lot of people felt that way about the Nintendo and Animal Crossing. I've been an Animal Crossing fan for a long time. My kids were in it. I got into it. We would share an island together. I think you can only have 4 people on the island in Animal Crossing. And so me and the kids would all have our person there, one person. And everybody did something individual. Like, it was cool because... Like, one of the kids would always like to clean up. So they walked around and just cleaned up, like pull weeds, picked up trash, did mundane stuff no one wanted to do, but they liked to have a clean island. So they would do that. I liked building things. So I would just go around and build stuff. So I was the person who would build things. But I was also the mayor. So I think only the mayor can do that. But it's cool because if you play with your kids, everyone usually has a different personality and things they want to do. And it's cool to get on the game and see that someone that's played right before you did something that you can now see in the game. I love that. And it's time-based. Like, the time of day changes throughout the game. I think Animal Crossing is an awesome game for families and for younger and older gamers alike. I think they said they're making a new Mario Kart. Oh, for sure. Anytime they come out with a new system, a new Mario Kart is definitely coming. I think Animal Crossing is weird in that they only make one Animal Crossing every like 6 years or something, 4 to 6 years. So you don't get... There isn't an annual or biannual turnaround to Animal Crossing. I'm looking into the Steam Deck, says Amanda. I only play games on Steam. I'm a PC gamer, so like 90% of my PC games are on Steam. I only have like a handful of games on my PC that aren't Steam. Amanda says that's awesome. Duroc says thanks. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the Nintendo Switch 2 here. Which I think, like I said, I think the controllers are going to be magnetic. The way they show them clicking on and off, which is another rumor that I heard, that the controllers would magnetically attach. Which I was talking to Vlad earlier, and he mentioned this, the sliding of the controllers in the console, and I'm like, okay, I think that might be solved with the magnetic, the way that they attach magnetically now. Which would be very cool. So drift was a problem for me too, but Vlad didn't seem to have a problem with drift. I was like, Vlad, you are super lucky, dude. Almost everyone I knew had a problem with drift. But yeah, I think it's super cool. Super cool system. I think what they're doing, I think they were kind of forced to put this out because this isn't a normal Nintendo reveal. I mean, I think everybody can agree to that. I think this was a rushed reveal because of what happened at CES. And they were like, okay, we got to put something out because people have seen it clearly and talking about it. And the rumors are getting crazy. And that's a good look at the device right there. I love that. I'm so glad they went away with that color on the face of it. What do we think, chat? Is that orange or red? I'm going to go for red. I'm going for red here. I think that's what that is. All right, so one more thing I wanted to talk about here. Where are we at? And it's 40. All right, one more thing, second thing I want to talk to you about Nintendo would be something I didn't know Nintendo even made. I want this now, only because I saw that Nintendo made it, and anything that can help me get up in the morning, I want to explore it. I want to explore it. Really quick to the chat before we go to the video here. The question is really if it will be able to play 4K at 60 frames a second. I don't think they would not. I don't think they would not do that, Vlad. I think that's the reason there, because was the resolution of the new OLED screen for the original Switch different? I don't think that it was. Oh, on the TV. I think it'll be, all right, I'm going to limit and say I think it'll be able to do 4K 60 on device, and I think it'll be able to do 4K 60 on the TV as well. And Amanda says it's red. I think it's red as well. I mean, they're doing blue and red. People were saying orange. It's the OGs. The OGs in the chat are just like, they want it to be orange. I get it. All right, so let's go to the next thing. Now, this is something I saw, and I thought when I heard about the leaks and the rumors for the Switch 2, this is a story that came across my feed. Vlad says same resolution as the OLED. That's interesting. Okay, so they didn't bump the resolution up when they came out with the OLED screen. I think that this is an opportunity to do that. I want to say it's Nintendo. You know they're gonna make sacrifices. They're not gonna come with the same beefiness as everybody else does. They only put in there what the minimum they need to get their games to run, not the maximum. They don't care about the max, the margins. They care about those margins. But yeah, so the next thing I want to talk about was a device I didn't even know Nintendo made because I don't subscribe to their Nintendo platform. I don't even know what it's called. I like Nintendo, but I'm not going to subscribe. But maybe I will. Maybe I will to get this device because it won't be available until when will it be available? I think it's not going to be available till March, if I'm not mistaken. But let's take a look at it. This is an alarm clock Nintendo makes called the Nintendo Sound Clock, Alarmo. And the thing is, I think what's cool about this is that it looks like an old school clock in the vein of a Nintendo game. Like this is what you would think an old school clock would look like in a Nintendo game, but it's a physical product. It's crazy. You could only buy this now if you subscribe to Nintendo's Nintendo Power thing, I think is what it's called. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me. But they're making it available on a first come, first serve basis, I think in March. Like right now, you can't buy these. Yeah, you can't buy these right now if you don't subscribe. So for a limited time, paid Nintendo Switch Online members in the United States and Canada can purchase Alarmo online via the Nintendo Store before it's available to purchase by the general public. So that's what I'm seeing right here. They don't say when. They just say it will be. But you can buy it now if you sign up for Nintendo Switch Online. $400. I thought that was super interesting. And the thing about it is that it's motion sensing. So the gimmick is that it senses you getting out of bed and turns off. So anyway, I thought it was very cool. I thought it was very interesting. I thought that was the coolest alarm clock I've seen in a very long time. And if it works, okay. What is that, a mail? Oh, it knows if you have. Oh, maybe it connects to do Bluetooth to your phone and knows if you have mail or not. That's interesting. Anyway, I think it's very cool. I thought that was very cool. CJ says, I bought a bunch of Nintendo goodies at Nintendo World at USJ in Osaka. I love the design. Yeah, it's very Nintendo, right? The design of their stuff is very in-game like, and I love that. I love that. All right, what else we got here? We have some other serious news before we get into some eInk stuff. We got product announcements from Google where essentially they're saying that they're charging more for Google Workspace. Why do I care about this? I care about this for anybody who has a domain, a workspace domain, like me having rantsaboutTech.com. Obviously, this affects me and anybody else who uses Google Workspace. And Google Workspace is Google's software suite like Office. Except for they offer domains above and beyond Sheets, Docs, and other Google software suite or software solutions. There we go. Other Google software solutions. So essentially, they're basically saying they're raising the prices of Workspace. And I think what we got down here. So they're raising the price of Workspace from $6 to $7.20 for business starters. It's going from $12 to $14 for business standard, and going from $18 to $21 per user per month for the business plus. Yeah, I have a Workspace domain too, Jay. I figured a lot of people would, especially using these eInk devices. This might be relevant information for people. So the price for that is going up a little bit. But they're softening the blow by saying they're giving you some goodies, okay? So essentially what they're saying is if you pay for Gemini Pro 1.5, you get Gemini Advanced now as well with this bump up in price for Google Workspace. You also get all of the Gemini tools if you don't have those already in Workspace. So if you don't pay for the AI tools in Workspace, you will get those tools now with this increased price. So it's like a bundle they're giving you for a discount, a bundle that they're forcing on you. But they do soften the blow by giving you a discount. So yeah, it's whatever. So it costs more for the Workspace, but you get a value compared to individual plans, which is what I just said. And the price bump is about $2 per user per month, starting March 17th. So this is something they're like I said, they're giving you some AI tools, and they're even bumping your AI tools up a tier if you have Workspace for this extra price. So it's worth it to me, the $2. I won't, but if you don't care about the AI aspect of it, you're paying $2 essentially to have more AI stuff that you will never use. So for those people, it sucks. They want to bill us annually? Oh, really? Oh, the annual plan. Well, I mean, this is the annual plan basically gives you what the price used to be, right, Jay? So yeah, you get an annual plan. It's the same price as the original plans before the price hike. So you do get a discount. So you're saving $10 a year, $12 a year, in most cases. Minimal. It's not even worth it. But yeah, I thought that was interesting and worth putting out there for everybody to know. The next thing we're going to talk about that's not eInk related is going to be the Microsoft not supporting Office apps on Windows 10 after October 14th. So after October 14th this year, if you use Windows 10, and I know a lot of us are still on Windows 10 out there. I mean, I think I'm on 11, right? I'm on a Mac right now. I don't even know what. I think my gaming PC is on Windows 11 right now. But if you're not on Windows 11 and you're on Windows 10, you will lose support for your Office apps come October 14th. Now, that doesn't mean that you will lose the functionality of these apps. They will just lose support. So you won't get any more security updates. You won't get any more feature updates. They won't be supporting the app as far as problems that you may have with them. You won't be able to call in and get help with those anymore. So that's going to be a thing that's going to happen. You have a lot of time, though. You have a lot of time, and go ahead and upgrade to Office 11. I mean, Microsoft Windows 11. Just do the 11 upgrade. It's good. I like it. As far as Microsoft updates go, it's a good one. It's a really good one in my opinion. They do a lot of things right in Windows 11. They're comparable. They're running neck and neck to OS 10 for me, for like user friendliness and what direction they're going. Are they there yet? No, no. Apple has them beat in every aspect of user friendliness, but they're getting there. It's getting better. So go ahead and upgrade to 11 and get that support because it's going away in October. Going to the chat, The Rock says, did Microsoft remove the handwriting requirements for Windows 11? The HW? Oh, hardware requirements for Windows 11. Wasn't able to upgrade because some strange hardware. Yes, those are not there. Those, not like they used to be. It's almost a non-issue now. So check those requirements out again, The Rock. They've definitely optimized and brought those requirements down. Windows 10 getting unseated this year is a huge problem for us at the hospital because so many microscopes, sequencers, whatever, run on it and can't be upgraded. Good point. That's one of those things, and a lot of uh, institutions. There we go. A lot of institutions run on older versions of Windows. I mean, and just think about it. Most banks are still using, well, maybe not anymore. I was gonna say 98, maybe not anymore. But a lot of banks are using super old Windows operating systems, like super old, only because they don't want to. Really big companies are using really old Windows operating systems for that very reason, Jay. For that reason and a few other reasons. But so yeah, to lose, I guess, Office support. I mean, they're still supporting the operating system. They're just not supporting the apps, the Office apps in that anymore. So that sucks a little bit. I mean, yeah, COBOL too. But the point is, a lot of these institutions, a lot of really big institutions use really old operating systems because they started on that and they just keep working on it. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, I guess maybe size keeps a lot of these bigger corporations from being able to scale and not scale, but be able to upgrade system wide. BM says German.gov changed from Windows, but Linux systems less money. Yeah, and I think Linux upgrades aren't so drastic on systems. They don't come with super huge updates that change the operating system as a whole. All right, so yeah, that's a thing. So if you are using Windows 10, something to consider. Your Office support will be going away on October 14th. What else we got here? TikTok ban. I was supposed to write that down. So the TikTok ban, we got 5240. I just want to touch on the TikTok ban here. What is SAP, BM? Real quick before we move on. BM threw SAP in the chat. I'm not familiar with that. So we have TikTok. So just explain a couple of the TikTok things. So we have a looming TikTok ban that's supposed to happen on the 19th, which is Sunday. At that point, people are confused about what's actually going to happen here with this TikTok ban. So just to touch on these things, the TikTok isn't going away. TikTok will be here. What's happening is this isn't so much of a TikTok ban as it is an app ban for the app stores. So the app stores have to comply by the 19th and stop having the TikTok app on their store for download by the 19th. So if on the 19th a resolution hasn't been reached, Trump doesn't save TikTok, there will be a ban put in place for downloading the app. And if the app stores don't comply, they will be charged X amount of dollars per user per day until they comply. And that, now I'm not, let's find out what that dollar amount is. All right, so I was trying to figure out what the cost would be. I know that the cost was way more than what most companies would be able to pay, even Apple per day. All right, I don't want to speculate. So I can't find that number right now. I had that number in my notes somewhere. But anyway, they will be charged an X amount of dollars. And when I did the calculation, it to me the number was more than any company would be willing to pay per day per download for just to be able to say they still have TikTok on their app store. And I initially thought that whatever the ban or the fine would be, some companies would be willing to pay it, not this amount. I can't find the exact number right now, but I know that no company will be willing to pay this amount per user per day for as many users that use TikTok just to have it on their app store. It wouldn't be financially worth it. So whatever that number is, they're going to get fined that per day for having it. Now, what's going to happen if it does happen? The ban's going to happen. Or I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if the ban does happen, it starts. App stores can't have it on their app store anymore, which means no one will be able to download new TikTok apps. No one will be able to download updates for their TikTok app that they already have on the phone. They won't get security updates for that app. You won't get feature updates for that app. Slowly, the app will start to function poorly because of not having the updates. Then you won't get some of the content that the app has to offer it. And slowly you will start to lose any content on the app. So you will have the app. It'll just be a dead app where a lot of content won't get pushed to anymore. And you will have a lot of problems because fixes and updates won't get pushed to you anymore. So that's what's going to happen with the ban. It's not like TikTok is going to go dark, like the servers are going to shut down. And honestly, if someone found a way to route all the traffic to a different server somewhere, I don't even know how these things work, to be honest with you. I just know that the service itself is not going away. Your ability to access the service will not go away. Your ability to access and download the app will go away. Your ability to get updates will go away. So that's the TikTok ban in a nutshell. Now, will that happen? Will it not happen? That I don't know. Can a VPN get around the upgrades? Yes. You will be able to use a VPN, in my opinion, to connect to let's just say I was about to say the Canadian service, but the Canadians are having similar issues with TikTok. Not the same issues that we're having, but TikTok is facing issues in Canada as well. So maybe a different country. A VPN would work. But then I would start to think, what trade-offs are you making by using? Maybe not, though. Maybe if you use the VPN to download that version of the app from whatever country you're trying to subvert this through, maybe if you use a VPN to get the app from there and then keep it to that would work. But I don't think a VPN would work in getting updates for an American app that's from Germany, say. That's coded for the German market. It's just going to be different. And also, if you notice, a lot of the features are regional with these apps. So the same features you get in Germany and Russia and in China, you won't get in the U.S., even Greenland, for that matter. Let's go to the chat real quick. BM says German Gov Windows. Okay, if they're running SAP, they have to change. Dr. Lean says TikTok ban is so bueno. Really. BM says SAP is like Oracle database. It's European. Gotcha. Okay. Dr. Link says there's a conspiracy afoot with TikTok. Expand on that. The Rock says SAP, less AP is an ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Got you. Oh, SAP. I like that. SAP went from Europe to North America, and Oracle went to Europe. Kind of a switch of databases. Oh, gotcha. Can a VPN get around the upgrades? Okay, we talked about that. Greenland, the 51st state. I think there's 53 states in the U.S. Greg, aka Gregory, says, "How would a VPN work? Wouldn't you need a different Play Store?" That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. If you downloaded the app using the VPN from that Play Store, from that German Play Store, Russian Play Store, wherever you're trying to subvert, trying to subvert and getting around this whole ban, you would have to download the app from there and then update from there. But like I said, features and things are regional. So what you're used to in there may not be what you're used to in the app here in the US. All right. So that's just wanted to get that out of the way and touch on that. Drones. DJI drone no-fly zone over airports and other restricted space has been lifted. I'm not sure how many people out there are drone flyers, but I certainly am a drone flyer. I love drone footage. I love flying drones. And this is a story that I thought was very interesting because I used to live near an airport, and I would want to film footage around my house all the time, and I couldn't because of being near an airport and DJI restricting flight in or around airport space. Not only that, other restricted airspace too. They just wouldn't let you. Hospitals, they wouldn't let you fly around. So and they just wouldn't let you fly. It's not like they gave you an alarm and said, "Hey, you're going near a hospital or you're going near an airport." They just the drone would literally not go into that zone. And if you were already in that zone, the drone wouldn't lift off. Oh, thoughts on the new DJI Flip? We got them. We got them, Vlad. We're going to get there. I got thoughts on it. Arrival day for the Note Max keyboard, no doubt. We're going to talk about that too because we got to get into eInk Unplugged Note Max video. But DJI is no longer blocking flight access to these areas anymore. So right now, if I wanted to fly my drone over Philadelphia International Airport, I could. I mean, hospitals, I could. I thought that was always dangerous because of airplanes, right? And helicopters coming into hospitals. But yeah, so they're not doing that anymore, says Gadget's reporting here based off a blog that DJI put out themselves that I actually looked at. But I like reading people's takes on these, so I don't really go to the actual source unless I have to. But the thing here is interesting. The thing that I think is interesting about this is that I didn't know that because DJI drones are the only drones that I'd ever owned. I did not know that they weren't required to restrict their drones from that airspace. There's no law that says that they have to keep their drones out of their airspace. I did because DJI drones are the only drones I've ever owned. I think I've owned 3 DJI drones so far. I've never been able to fly any of them in these particular airspaces. But other drones do. Other drone makers will let their drones fly in these airspaces unhindered. You just fly right into airport space, fly right into hospital space. You can fly right into military airspace with these drones. I had no clue because I've always owned DJI drones, and that's just it for me. So when I found out that there was no need for them to even do that, I'm like, are they breaking the law now that they're letting their drones in the airspace? They're breaking some kind of law, right? Wrong. Wrong. They're not breaking any laws. They were doing the U.S. government a solid by not flying their drones into these airspaces. There's no law saying that they have to do that. They don't even have to give you an alarm that you're going into these airspaces, which I hear that they're still doing that. They're still giving you alarms when you go into the airspace to let you know, hey, you're going into an airport airspace, you're going into a hospital airspace, you're going to a military airspace. They still let you know that. They don't even have to do that though. So I'm like, okay, well, why would they take this restriction off now? And then I thought about it. I'm like, because why do they care anymore? The U.S. is trying to ban the drones from being sold in the U.S. So they're like, okay, well, clearly us trying to do the U.S. government a solid by not flying into these restricted airspaces and even not letting our drones do it when other manufacturers are clearly letting their drones do it. They're like, well, we'll do them a solid and say we won't even let our drones fly there. Not only will we alert the user to the fact that they're going into restricted airspace, we won't even let our drones go there. And if you're already there, we won't even let our drones lift off. CJ says they just don't want to end up like TikTok. I think it's the opposite. I think they're just like, I don't care anymore. If you're trying to ban us, bro, why do we care? I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. BM says that's dangerous. Firefighting planes with collisions over LA fires. Yes. I mean, it's dangerous for a lot of reasons, right? So I'm glad DJI had that restriction in their drones. I've always praised them for that. But I just thought that was something they had to do. I didn't know that they didn't even have to do that. So that's the interesting tidbit here. Not really that they took their functionality away and now you can fly into the restricted airspaces. They never had to do it. Super interesting. Super new. But something to consider if you're buying DJI drones now. All right, so the flip. Let's look at this. So the DJI Flip. Now, this is my thing with drones with safety in mind. Usually that hinders functionality when there's too much safety in mind. I do like any small drone though, and I think this is smaller than the 500 grams or the 460 grams. I think it's 500 grams. You have to be under 500 grams to fly without a license in the U.S. And I think this drone flies is 250 grams. My bad. So it's 250 grams you have to be below to fly in the U.S. Now, so this drone is definitely below that weight by 1 gram. That's all good with me. Oh, why? No. All good with me. 1 1/3 inch sensor. The compactability is what's nice here. "31-minute flight time" is impressive too, because usually you get under 30 minutes with these drones for flight time, and the only drones you get above that with, I think, is the Air model drones, which is why I bought the Air model that I have. They have the best battery life. That's nice. 30 minutes of battery life. 4K 60 HDR. Okay. Two problems I have with small drones. Well, there's a few problems I have with small drones. I do like the new prop design though. The new prop design is nice because you can fly that thing into trees, it looks like, and not have it fall down because the leaves aren't going to hinder the props from spinning. That's impressive. I like that. Okay. Press the button on the side and lets you desire shooting mode. Flip automatically does the rest. Capture impressive footage. Whether you're okay. What else we got here? Log. We get HD 4K. Okay, so we do have log. So you can color grade. So there's some kind of log quality going on here. Oh, vertical. Nice for instant sharing. Oh, so can it change? Does it automatically change? Do we know? This thing does look super durable. It looks like it's not going to fall and have as many crashes because the props are protected. And that's my biggest thing. Like I fly in some risky situations, and leaves and not branches, but leaves and vegetation is what gets me. I'm like, it should be able to fly through this. This thing will be able to do that. Oh, 10-bit D-log. Okay, there we go. So there is log recording on this. That's impressive. And it's 10-bit. That's impressive. This is a small drone with got some impressive specs. Focus track. Okay. Automatic braking for. I think they all do that. That's nothing new. Fast charging. What we got? The DJI Flip parallel charging hub allows you to charge 2 batteries. Whoa, that's interesting. So you can. So typically in a drone battery charging bank, it charges 1 battery at a time. First charge the first battery, second battery, then the third or whatever. This charges simultaneously. That's impressive. Long battery life, continuous creativity. I like that. Oh, you can take off with the phone remote. Oh, you can talk to it. Okay. So just the 3 things I like about this. So the first thing I like about it is the fact that it's compact. So for someone like me, that's what I'm doing with drones. I'm taking them in crazy locations and I'm trying to get shots that you would not normally be able to get. Usually lots of vegetation. Usually I have to pack it in a bag with a whole bunch of other gear. And drones take up a lot of space. Not only that, the props are super complicated to put into place. All right, so case in point, like this is not. Oops. All right, so case in point, this is not an easy thing to pack. It's just not. The props. I mean, some people have like bands, right, that they put around the props to keep them from flapping around when you're moving this thing about, or even trying to pack it. Some people have like little bands, and I have like a Velcro band that I have that keeps these like in place, but it doesn't matter because these tips are kind of. Can we see? The problem with that is that these tips. Don't mind my tips. I fly drones in crazy situations, and I'm always crashing them, which is why I have to buy the lifetime insurance for them. They send me a new drone when I crash it. I love it. So if you can see here, these propellers are kind of tilted up, right? So it doesn't matter if you have like a little belt around it, and that's kind of what I call it there. It doesn't matter if you have like a little belt or something around it that keeps these props into place. Those tips kind of get caught on things unless you have something that covers the whole drone. And in which case, it's like you might as well just pack it in a bag. You know what I'm saying? If that's going to be the case. But anyway, so that's always a problem for me, the props. And then how it packs down and the size, right? So that's always an issue for me. But with this, it doesn't seem like you're going to have that issue with packing it down because it packs down like this. Can we look at that? Okay. Because it packs down like this right here. Now, this does a couple things because not only does it protect the props from catching on things, it's a lot more compact of a package than this form factor. And there are smaller drones than this, of course. But this form factor is what I'm talking about. That's a smaller silhouette we have here in this flip. I don't mind dealing with the size because you get good video footage from the size and the weight. The size, that's one of the things I can't take about the smaller drones is that the wind. The wind affect these smaller drones like there's no manana. I like stability in my drones. I like heavy drones that can take some wind and sit there. Like you don't even notice it's being blown around. You know what I mean? Like these smaller drones, these light drones, the wind is an issue. And like I said, I'm in locations to where the wind is always an issue for me in these locations, near water, up high, in vegetation. That's the thing about me and drones. So this solves a few problems, but the wind is what my problem is with these light drones. Wind and battery life. The battery life seems to be good, but how does it handle in the wind? All right, let's go to the chat real quick. We got a lot of chat that I missed here going off about this drone stuff here. Jay says, going to be in the market now for show me if I'm restricted airspace software now that DJI isn't doing it. Word. Well, they'll show you if you're in restricted airspace. They just won't restrict you to it. So they still alert you that you're going into it. They still show you the stuff on the DJI map. They're just not going to stop you from going there anymore. Sheen says the FAA is the one that technically handles the laws that apply to airspace, and they put all the responsibility directly on the pilot. Yeah. So if it was really cool when DJI put in the airspace limitations, yes, I thought that was awesome. Because people who don't know better and who don't fly drones well, and believe me, not everyone who buys a drone knows how to fly one. Like I got my Part 107 license. Well, my brother told me that I need to update it every 2 years, and I didn't know that. It's been like 5 years since I took my test, so I need to redo mine. But not everybody who buys a drone is going to do that and study for that test and take the test and get certified that way. So shout out to Larry Goodman for keeping me on point. Appreciate you, brother. Sheen says, I will miss those limitations because I am a dumb pilot. But at least we get warnings. I need any help I can get. See, there you go. Not to call anybody dumb. And I don't think she is a dumb pilot. But there are some people out there who don't know how to fly drones. And just because you buy one doesn't mean you instantly know how to fly one. Ooh, that rhyme. Just because you buy one don't mean you know how to fly one, bro. You didn't grew here, you flew here. No, it's just okay. Back to what I was saying here. The chat. Sheen says, yes, durability, please. And this looks super durable for one, yes. And also it looks like it's gonna not crash on you as much because the props can't get caught. You know what I mean? That's the big thing for me in flying in some of these risky situations. What crashes drones are caught props, typically. That's what crashes a drone. But that won't happen with this system they have on this thing right here. It may be too safe. I don't know what limitations that it creates for the drone, but at least you won't crash due to props hitting something inadvertently. And by props, I mean propellers. Jay says, can't wait. Wait, can it flip its camera 90 degrees for vertical viewing? That is why it's called flip. That's what I thought, Jay. I thought maybe it would automatically flip the camera. That would be clutch, right? Super clutch. Vlad says, you can change the aspect ratio to vertical with the touch of a button. Oh my God. The Mini Pro does the same thing. I didn't even know the Mini Pro did the same thing. The last Mini I had was the Mini 3. And I sold it because, again, wind. I buy every Mini thinking that this Mini is going to be the Mini that can take the wind. None of them will be able to do it. But that's awesome, Vlad. Thank you. Vlad says, also, the black strands on the prop guards are carbon fiber reinforced, apparently. Ooh. So super light, but they're going to stop things from getting into the props. That's clutch. Greg, aka Gregory, says, would you get the one with the screen or just use your phone? I got to have the one with the screen. I've been waiting to upgrade my drone to find a drone that I want to get with the screen, and this may be it. So I'd buy the separate drone that can use that separate screen because I hate having to put my phone on the controller. I'm done. I'm over those days. Like, so over those days. I absolutely love how this is more geared towards content creators. Yeah. It looks like it is geared more towards content creators for sure. eInk. And I need power. Absolutely. eInk says, are we going to end up with all kinds of smart drones that will be able to follow us around big events and be our personal cameraman? Now, see, that's where this is going. That's where this is going. The protection for the props, making them smaller and smaller. Can you imagine? Could you imagine having a drone like the size of this box? Could you imagine having a drone the size of this box, or that packed down to the size of this box? The props will just flip out, or however you want to do the props, right? They're protected. Or maybe this box is unfolded, and it's just built in. There's no wings for it. There's built-in props. But imagine a drone this small with a camera, with a cell phone style camera in it that would definitely fit in the front of something like this, with a small gimbal that would just fly around that will automatically fly around and just follow you. The props can't get hindered in any kind of way. If they bump into something, it's just going to bounce off of it, right? Because the props can't get hindered in any kind of way. Yeah, I can see it. I could totally see it. A future where that's a thing. And we're getting there with this size, right? We're definitely getting there. Sheen says it's called prop flare rod. Prop flare. It is. I love it. I love it. We got to patent that. Have you thought about printing a custom case for it? Interesting. No. But I could. Looking at the plate now, it's big enough. See? Having a 3D printer is like having the Minecraft oven, I'm telling you. You don't know what you can make until you try it. Just combine a few things, you're good to go. Jay says, I'm just not trying to get disappeared by the Secret Service if I fly too close to the presidential Big Mac run. Yeah, listen. I don't even want to be that close to anything that important, right? With a drone. Because I don't want nobody to think I'm doing something crazy. That's why I think them restricting it was good. For that reason and for a lot of other reasons. She is super into drones, apparently. Tell me a good to buy, not a content creator. Just want to use it for camping and such. Absolutely. She is definitely super into drones, and I like that. I like that we have a crew I like that I'm bringing out stories that people actually have some interest in. I thought no one was going to care, but I wanted to bring it up because I cared. Knowing all of the rules of flying drones, especially professionally, the Mini Pro 4 is good. Yeah, I stopped buying them after the 3 because they just didn't hold their own in the wind. But now knowing that would even change camera angles, that's a feature I would like right now in my current content creator life. Thanks for that, Larry Goodman. I appreciate that. Vlad says, coolest feature in my opinion is you can record audio with the DJI mic direct to the... Oh, wow. Now that is cool. It gets the propeller noise away from you. Speaking of which, I wonder what the propeller noise on this is like. Because that's the hindrance to me recording anything around a drone. I don't record no audio around a drone. I do secondary audio for that. It's super tedious, but you got to do it because of the propeller noise. I wonder what the propeller noise is on this thing, and knowing that you can connect the DJI drone mic up to it might make the DJI drones worth buying. I don't think much of DJI not drones, DJI microphones worth buying, because I haven't thought much of the DJI microphones ever. I'm rolled all the way. I'm rolled all the way on my mics, but this might be the drone I get. My next one. I can use it with the screen. I can use it with wireless mics. The camera angle switches when I want it to. It's got protected props. Listen, what's the price? $439. That's not bad. That's not a bad price. That's not a bad price. Thanks, Vlad. I may have to creep on this. I might have to. Let's go back to the chat real quick. This is in the right price range. Yeah, it is. Greg, it's definitely in the right price range. I didn't know. I would imagine it was going to be $600. That's what I was thinking. But it's under $500. Yes, all the way. Jay says, I'm probably going to end up getting a Holy Stone or something similar, but I'm glad DJI is setting the standard. Yeah. I haven't seen Holy Stone. I'll have to check that out. Let me put that in the notes here. I have not seen a Holy Stone, but that might be worth looking at. I'm DJI all the way when it comes to my drones. I'm Rode when it comes to my mics. I'm Sony when it comes to my cameras. I'm Apple when it comes to my laptop, PC when it comes to my gaming PC. Like there's a few things I'm very brand loyal. I'm just loyal person, period. I'm a very loyal person. I find something I like, I think to myself, I like it. What good is better? I like it. All right, so there is no wind inside. That's why smaller. Sheen says there's no wind inside. That's why smaller. That's why smaller and smaller drones. Yeah. Well, and that's why I can't buy the smaller drones, right? Because they're not made for the wind. I would want one for packability, because I pack when I go on camera shoots and I go like to try to get natural wild like life footage, or I try to get like nature footage. I'm like packing cameras, microphones, all kinds of stuff. So the drone has got to be compact enough to fit into my pack, so I can just carry one pack, because it's a one pack journey for me. If I can't fit it in that one pack, it's not going. So this would be better for that. This would be better for that for sure, but not good for the wind. So I still have to pack a big drone because of the wind. Sheeing says, I am not a good one to ask about that, Greg. I just fly them to crash them. Laugh out. I've crashed so many drones. That's why I have to get the insurance on them. And when I'm doing, like, I've done drone work for music video shoots, and that's like, I haven't even gotten paid yet, but I'm crashing drones. So that's why I'm crashing drones, when I do stuff like that, because they always want you to do something crazy. Like, can you get closer to this? Yeah, if you're paying me, I can get closer to it. Anyway, if the drone is near you, Vlad says, if the drone is near you, it uses an algorithm to remove the prop noise. What? Get the frick out of here. Rebecca Forsage did a good demo of it. That's incredible. Okay, little drones usually aren't on my radar, Vlad. I gotta be honest with you. Little drones usually aren't on my radar. I'm usually looking for the big drones who has the best video quality. I can focus on stuff. I want bokeh. I want bokeh in my drones. But having a small drone is valuable for a few reasons, and packability, drone noise for when I need to record something really quickly and don't want to go get secondary audio for it. This would be perfect for that. Anyone watch The Expanse? The reporter had a drone follow her around for interviews. The Expanse was an awesome show. I love The Expanse. I watched every season of it. Yeah. I don't remember the drone reporter drone though. $600 with the screen. Oh, it's $600 with the screen. Okay, even better. Like I said, I thought it was going to be around $600, so that it being $600 with the screen falls in line with what I thought. Foldable full coverage propeller guard, under 249 grams. AI subject tracking, capture your best angle. 1/1/3 or 1.3 inch CMOS sensor. 4K 60 frames a second, HD. R video, 31-minute flight time. Okay. Oh, you got about an ND. You got about an ND filters, so that's another $55 you got to throw on there. Got about an ND filters. You can't buy a drone without the ND filters. That's going to come in handy. All right. I like it. I like it. Thanks for that. Thanks for that excursion there, Vlad. I appreciate that. What are we doing now? We're going to skip the Alexa AI thing. I'm going to do more research on that. I didn't have much to say about that anyway, but we're going to go right to the Paperwhite. Where are we at? All right. So the next story we're going to talk about is going to be the whoops. Oop, not there. We're not there yet. So the next thing I want to talk about will be the Paperwhite, or the backplane issues. So I think what we're going to do though is look at. I think what we're going to do is look at eInk Unplugged video. I definitely want to check that out and take a look at his take on that. But I'm just trying to think whether I should do that first or talk about the backplanes. I think I'll do that first and then talk about the backplane technology. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let me switch this around a little bit. So we'll do that first. So eInk Unplugged has a video out that came out. When did this video launch? 18 hours ago, so not long ago. And I really appreciate his take on the Note Max and his cutting, his editing style. Listen, I like picking up editing techniques. eInk says she collects use cases like Pokemon. I collect editing techniques like Pokemon. So he had a couple for me here. I'm gonna steal some editing techniques, eInk Unplugged. I'm sorry. You did a good job. I'm gonna use some of them. But here we go. Let's jump into it.
Be shouting out a couple of people because I wouldn't have all these ideas and I wouldn't have learned so much without watching these reviews. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and start opening this box right here and right now at eInk Unplugged. But of course, you guys don't have time to be watching me open this box. So what I'm gonna do is karate chop it. And of course, it comes with another box.
That was awesome.
So
I love that.
Let's check this one out.
It's little things I love. The little things, I love that.
Did a good job in sealing this product. And here we are. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Heck yeah. So of course we got the cover on this. We got the tabs that are separated. That's very interesting how they separated the marker tips from the device. I'm
gonna save you some time. Just throw those in the garbage. You don't even need them. You don't need them.
And this is the folio that comes with it. I will say, guys, that I had a video about this, and I told you guys that if you buy it from the bookstore, then you will receive the folio, and you don't have to worry about, buying a folio, which will bring the price even higher. One of the downfalls of ordering it through Boox is that then what would happen is that you would have to go through a lot of things in order to return your product. All right, so just keep that in.
So that's what I hear a lot of. I hear a lot of people saying that if you try to return a Boox product to Boox, I've never done it, that it's a huge hassle. In what way? Let me know. Tell me what's going on. I want to know.
So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Boox. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go ahead and open this beautiful device. Come to papa. Oh yeah, baby. Here we are. Oh, a little smudge. I wonder why. A little smudge there. I hope this hasn't been used, but let's see. Slide it, and
I wouldn't be surprised. I've gotten 2 used devices. Did you buy it from Amazon? Yeah, I think you bought that from Amazon. eInk Unplugged. If you did buy it from Amazon, what was I gonna say? Sometimes they will give you a refurbished product when you buy it new, even though you specifically asked for a new item. It's a thing.
Open it.
Especially if it's a Boox product. For some reason, it seems like every Boox product I've gotten, except for maybe 1 or 2, were definitely pre-owned. So just keep that in mind. Not that it mattered to me. I kept them. It didn't bother me too much, other than the fact that I thought it was going to be brand new. So
wow, look at that. Holy moly, that's big. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is big, ladies and gentlemen. That is big. Let me see if I can get some more lighting because this is dark. Hold on just a second. And maybe because it has that plastic protection.
Wait. Jay says, let's go. Jay said, we're gonna hold off on Jay's comment until we get to this part of the video because eInk Unplugged mentioned something in his video. I've seen this video already. He mentioned something in this video that I want to touch on that kind of correlates with what Jay just said in the chat. Greg, aka Gregory, return process was awful on Note Air 3C. I bought it a couple weeks before the release of the 4C. Cheaper to sell it on eBay than pay shipping and restocking fees. Okay, so shipping and restocking fees. Did they give you a hassle for returning it? Like, was it? Oh, like you can't return it, or did you have to haggle with them to return it? I guess that's what I wanted to know. I thought that was a difficulty, but if we're talking about the difficulty was that you have to pay a restocking fee and pay your own shipping to return.
Going on. Okay, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. And it also comes with, of course, the USB-C. And you guys know I like high quality ones, but again, we have too many of these. Right off the gate, this is nice. Here the back cover on this device. This is not the same feeling as the Go 10.3.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. Now, eInk Unplugged has a couple things in this video that I wanted to ask questions about. The back of the Go 10.3 feels like a faux leather kind of deal. What does the back of the Max, the Note Max, feel like if it doesn't feel like the Go 10.3? Chat, let me know. What are we thinking? I know Jay has one. If anybody else in the chat has one, let me know. Or if eInk Unplugged is still here, if you can expound on that in the chat, that would be awesome. Because that's one question I had.
This is definitely a very nice feeling. Okay, I don't know if you guys see.
I'm not going to lie. I said this in my unboxing of the Remarkable and of the Go 10.3, that the back, they did the same thing. It's just a material over the back, and you can feel the components under that material if you rub your hand across it, and you can feel the bumpiness in it. I even mentioned a bubble, an air bubble being in the back of my Remarkable 2, because of that material they put over the back isn't like a flat piece of plastic. It's like more of a film. But regardless, it seems like that's the same thing going on here with the Note Max from this video. But I do want to know what that material is. Larry Goodman says Nubuck. Could be. Is it the same as does anyone feel like it feels similar to anything else? Greg says, I had to haggle a bit, but I thought it was kind of sleazy to sell me a 3-year-old product 2 weeks before. I feel you. I feel you. Silent release of a new product, maybe just me. No, that was. You're absolutely right. I would have come away from that feeling like that was a sleazy move too. So no, you were justified in that, Greg.
Can't see it. Maybe you can't see it, but I can feel it. There's like a slight lump. Like when it comes to the evenness of the back, there's definitely a little lump on.
Yeah, and I think that's with the Remarkable 2, the Go 10.3, and now the Note Max. They all have that just film over the back where you can feel components and things in the back. There's probably a plate back there with holes, and those holes is where you can feel the components. Now, I'm not sure if that's what's going on, but that's how it feels to me. Yeah.
This part of the device right here, it doesn't feel smooth. That's very interesting. Now I wonder if it's gonna be flat. And you can see the crease.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the Remarkable 2 being flat, despite that film and the air bubble being the back of the device, because I had feet on the back of the Remarkable 2 as well. But since there are no feet on this device, that's a valid question. Is it sitting flat?
To put the light in there.
I would add feet to these anyway. I mean, when I buy this, I'm going to add feet to mine. I'm not in a rush to get this Note Max because a lot of people I know have this, so I got a good opinion about what it is. And I have too many other devices to review and reviews that I need to get to. One more device adding to this is not going to help me. So let me get some things done. Then I'll jump on the Note Max.
So you can see a crease. There's a crease right there. Very subtle. And I wouldn't have known if I didn't. This screen is a Carta 1300 glass, 300 ppi, and Android 13. Versus if you were to get the Go 10.3, that one is also a 300 ppi. However, it is a 1200 glass.
All right, chat. Oh boy. I didn't. Oh boy. Oh, chat. We went over. How did we go this long? We were supposed to have a hard out at 12. We're supposed to have a hard out at 12. Let's see what the chat's doing. All right, so we're going to finish this up because I know that Graphics Tech has a live too, and I don't want to disrupt his live. So we're going to finish this up, and then we'll finish the rest of the topics I have here tomorrow. We went long on a lot of the topics we had, but we'll finish up here.
Screen. So these are glass screen versus the typical ones you would find from a Supernote. That one is Mobius, so it's more plastic-like. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And you got a lot of room to hold on. That's really nice. You can hold on to it like this. And it is slightly heavy, not too much, and very thin. Very thin.
Yeah, I like the squared off size of it.
Maybe because it's a 1300 Carta glass screen. It might be that, which means that this is going to be a superior resolution. Holy moly, holy moly. Oh my goodness, I was about to use my Supernote pen to click on that. No,
yeah, we did spend too much time on figs.
This is supposed to come with a pin. Is it on the folio?
All right, so let's talk about this. Also, um, something else I wanted to ask eInk Unplugged about. We can write on with ceramic nibs on this device, right? If I'm not mistaken, is this not the same coating that the 10.3 has? Jay mentioned something above. Let's go. He thought it was the same coating as the 10.3, but instead it has a no Air Force C protector on it, so ceramic pens are safe. But Jay, ceramic pens are safe on the 10.3. I only use ceramic on the 10.3. And I guess that's the question I wanted to ask. Do we feel like there is an issue with writing on ceramic or writing on the 10.3 with ceramic or titanium for that matter? Because I've done both, and I like them. I've never had a problem with the coating on the 10.3. It feels good as crap to me. But let me know your thoughts though. So when I saw that eInk Unplugged said that he would not write on the ceramic with the Max because it has the same film as the 10.3, I'm thinking, well, even if it did, it doesn't. But even if it did, I still write on the 10.3 with my ceramic nibs, all of them. That's all I use. Yeah, Rants About Figs should have been its own video, any channel. It definitely should have been. I don't know why I went on a figs like that, Greg. It was a thing. Jay, ceramic on the 10.3 would damage the coating is sort of a common wisdom that I don't know if anyone but Rod has tested. Are we serious? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. I've done this so many times, but let's do this. I don't know why my top-down camera is like having this problem, but we got to fix that because that's my most important camera. We can't have that doing crazy stuff. We cannot have this camera doing crazy stuff. All right. Go 10.3. All right, so go 10.3. Ceramic nib, Lamy. But just in case you don't believe me, ceramic nibbed Lamy from Supernote. It feels wonderful. And we do agree that this is the Go 10.3, right? I mean, faux leather back. Yeah, this is the Go 10.3. Oh, it's not on. It's not. All right. Oh, why is this so big? Still big. It feels so good. I don't know why people are like, I mean, honestly, this feels better. It feels better writing on this than it does the Note Air Force. Oh, don't look at my eInk video disclaimer. It's not done. After ad page. Okay. Okay. It feels better on a 10.3 than it does the Note Air 4C. Just does. Oh, what? You chopped it on the concrete? Well, I have something, just a tidbit. I have something that's coming soon, in about a month and a half, that even if you drop it on concrete, it's still going to be good money. It's still going to be good money. It's coming. I got it. It's going to be custom everything. Oh, boy, I can't wait. All right, so yeah, I think it feels better on the 10.3, the ceramic nib, than it does on the Note Air 4C. I write on this. This is the device I use to write up everything on. My ideas and stuff, my rough ideas and stuff go on the Supernote. But when I'm ready to like expand on those ideas and make them into a full-fledged document, this is what I use. and ceramics are what I use on it. So yeah, bro. I think we're good. I think we're good money. I'm surprised people haven't tried it. Like, let's look at the screen. Like I don't use felt on this screen at all. We can't see. I don't use felt on this screen at all. But no, we can't see. There's not enough reflection. I don't use felt on this screen at all. Never have. Ever. Like I haven't touched felt in I don't know how long. None of the devices I use, to me, none of the devices I use I can't use ceramic on. That doesn't make sense. I don't have a device that I can't use ceramic on other than the Remarkable 2 and the Remarkable Paper Pro. None of the Remarkable devices work well with ceramics, in my opinion. The Remarkable Paper Pro, I mean, you can't use anything but their pen anyway, but if you even tried it, it would sound and feel like trash. And the Remarkable 2, you can use it on, it just feels and sounds like trash. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. Yes, it's totally awesome. I recovered the ceramic nib, so I'm going to rebuild. Also, bought a Supernote refill. Awesomeness. Yeah, man, it's yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. But yeah, that sucks. I will take donations of the felt tips y'all throw out. All right, listen, I'll take them. Instead of throwing them in the trash, we're sending them to eInk. She wants them. All right, so anyway, yeah, I've never had a problem with that. That's never been a problem for me, the ceramics on any of the devices that I own. So that was just interesting when I saw eInk Unplugged react that way to almost putting ceramic on his device. I'm like, I think that's okay.
Difference that is on these two devices. Wow. They've already knew that this screen was going to be dark, and so that's why they made this part dark. You never know.
And I agree with that. So let's go back a little bit.
Want to match this, and you can also look at the difference. Isn't that crazy? So let's go ahead and update that right now.
This is a part I really like.
Let me go ahead and share with y'all the differences between the Manta size versus the Boox 13.3. Look at the difference. Isn't that crazy? Let me bring myself out a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that crazy how...
I also think the Note Max has a brighter background display than the Manta. If you're looking at it right there, that's a really good shot. But I definitely think it's brighter than the Manta.
This is a lot smaller than this one. And you can also compare the screen, how it seems like the Boox has darker screen than this one. It just seems like it.
Really? Am I tripping, everybody? It looks like the Note Max has a brighter screen than the Manta. The bezels are darker, right, than the screen on the Note Max. So they made the bezels super dark. It seems like. Are they that dark on the Go 10.3?
Would have been.
Yeah, maybe they are that dark on the Go 10.3. Maybe slightly darker.
Nice if they were to keep this. I guess if they want to match this edge on the screen, that this will be okay. Maybe they've already knew that this screen was going to be dark, and so that's why they made this part dark. You never know.
Yeah.
That's just a theory. Let me go ahead and also compare the size with the Supernote, my beloved Supernote.
Yeah, I agree with that bezel thing. Yeah, I think the bezel's super dark because the screen is darker, but I do believe the background brightness of the Note Max is brighter than that of the Manta, for sure. Oh, he's doing some writing examples here.
Very familiar whenever I'm writing on it. Very familiar. Almost like it's interesting. It came out very well. Okay, so it's just supersized. That's what it is. So these notes were on my Go 10.3, and all they did here is they enlarged it, make it bigger. So that's very interesting. I thought that it would be a small little section, but no, they enlarged it, y'all. That's pretty cool. Even though they said it previously that you would have to zoom in, but it shows here that you didn't have to. It just enlarged.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, it's just that's kind of what I would think would happen, right? It would just kind of enlarge it, and which is what my notes from the Nomad to the Manta did. It just kind of enlarged it. So good to see there.
It's syncs model here. Let's go to Boox, because I would love to see what the reading experience is like when you of this device. As a very dragon, it's fast. It has a different layout than the previous models of the Boox, because I know that they updated the layout to make it more minimalist, and I really like that. The Go Palma 2 also has this type of familiar layout as well. Let's go ahead and go on the settings just to check out what it has.
Okay, so I think the biggest the two things that I really liked and what I wanted to touch on from eInk Unplugged's video is the ceramics. I wanted to make sure that we're like, do we think that they're going to damage it? Because that has not been my experience in using it, that it damages it at all. Matter of fact, it feels better. Whatever coating they're using feels better. I want to find out more about the coating. Let's go to the chat real quick before we end up here, because I don't want to go too long past, because I know there's another stream going on that I actually want to join in on, and I don't want to keep you guys from. Let's see here. So like I said, starting with where we left off with Jay, with ceramics on the Go 10.3 would damage the coating is sort of a common wisdom that I don't know if anyone but Rod has tested. Like seriously, I don't know why, but yeah, I love it. I also think Voya is very cautious. Yeah. So Voya says that you shouldn't use ceramic on Boox products, Go 10.3 specifically. I think Brian Boswell tested titanium only damaged the pen. Yeah. That's what I noticed about that, because the titanium didn't damage the screens at all. It just damaged his pin, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, Jay, it damaged his pin. He made a video about 4 or 5 months ago where the titanium damaged his Remarkable pin that he was using on the Remarkable. And I'm telling you, the Remarkable doesn't have any kind of coating that the Go 10.3 has, and you can use titanium on the Remarkable. So I know that you can use titanium on the Go 10.3 and ceramic. Greg says ceramic nib on my. Oh, okay, he broke it. Yes, Jay, something about the internals. If I remember, I'll send you the link. Cool, thanks, Greg. I was ruminating on that link right now. Recovered the ceramic nib, which is good. I use nothing but titanium on the Max, and it's been completely fine. Says Jay. She says, I would take donations of the. Okay, I think we did that as well. I think Mobius makes things darker. Ooh, that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. Wait, what's the other stream? Laugh out loud. Graphics Tech has a stream going on right now. I started at 12, which is why I wanted to have it hard out at 12 today. But we went kind of long. I still got half the stream options here. We'll go over those tomorrow, though. We'll save that for tomorrow. Sheen says, oh, other stream. Has anyone else removed their Feel Right 2 cover completely and replaced it? No. Jay has extensive experience with the Feel Right 2 film and putting it on the devices, though. So he might be a good resource for that. All right, everyone. I'm going to just end this stream here, right here, because like I said, Graphics Tech has a stream going on right now that I wanted to jump into myself, and I didn't want to keep other people from as well. We'll go over these other eInk topics tomorrow. We went kind of long on the non-eInk topics this morning. I'll try to keep those to like a briefing. What I want to do is keep the non-eInk topics to like a briefing. Throw the information out there, let you know it, and then move on to the next topic kind of thing. But we kind of got going on figs a little bit. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining the chat here. I'm going to go ahead and end this for today. But don't forget to join me tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., until kind of whenever. We may have more time tomorrow. We may have more time tomorrow, but if we don't, we're at least going to cover the rest of the topics that we did here, that we started here today, and whatever comes up between now and tomorrow. But thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Let's get the horns for all the members joining me again today. I appreciate you guys joining me. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, don't forget, if you did buy a nib from the store, let me know your experience. Give me some feedback. Like I said, I'm gonna send out a mailer asking for feedback. But if you want to give it, like, definitely shoot me an email, throw it in the comments, throw it in the live chat if you want to. But give me some feedback on how these nibs are working for you, because the more feedback I get on different types of pins and nibs, I can add that to a list of pins that they won't work in, so we can get that going. But they work in a lot, but clearly there are some that they won't work in. So let's really get that out there, and let me get that list online and on the website, so everyone can know that before buying. And I think that would be super awesome. So thanks to everyone who's bought the nibs previous, and thanks to everyone who's considering buying the nibs. And again, feedback is crucial. So thank you guys for any feedback you can give me on that. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, and until next time, take care.
you